Today I want to talk about some of the challenges that business owners go through. Let's go.
Subscribe now.
So when people think of businesses, I think often people have the impression that they are like an unlimited ATM machine, always spitting out cash, everything always runs smoothly. They're never gonna have a failure until, of course, they do. So the first thing I think that business owners deal with is imposter syndrome. So often people think that business owners have all the answers, that they know what they're doing. But if most business owners, including myself, were really honest, they would have to tell you that from time to time, they struggle with imposter syndrome or the feeling that everybody else thinks they know what they're talking about, but they certainly do not. And the reason for that is not that business owners are stupid. Well, sometimes we are. But it's really because there's just so much to learn. No matter how much you know today, there's always so much more to learn tomorrow. Things change, new problems arise. And so business is just one challenge after another. It leaves business owners feeling like, man, if people only knew how terrible I was at this, they would probably run me out of business. But it's something that every business owner goes through from time to time, and real business owners keep pushing through, learning more, and trying to figure it all out. Second challenge that business owners really struggle with is consistent cash flow. So what that means is that there might be money that's coming in sometime down the track. They know that clients need to pay them, but especially when you're dealing with a business to business, in other words, a business where other businesses are your primary customer, things don't always come in right away. You might have done work a month ago or 2 months ago, and you're just kind of looking at your watch for when things are gonna arrive, and it takes a while. Meanwhile, you have payroll, you have rent, you have internet, you have so many other expenses that the business is dealing with that come week after week, but the money might not be in yet to pay for that. So this is really cash flow problems, and every single business has to look at this and make sure that it's something that they could figure out, how to have enough savings in the bank, how to have enough cash flow coming in consistently to be able to make sure that while you're waiting on receivables, money to come in the bank, that there'll be enough there to pay what is outstanding. Third problem business owners often struggle with, very related to the last thing that I talked about with cash flow problems, is consistent sales. So often businesses fail for this very reason, because they didn't realize that it's gonna take so much work to make sure that there's a really clear marketing and sales process that's gonna ensure that their business is gonna be financially okay. So sales is one of those things that I think is kind of a dirty word to a lot of people, but sales are your best friend if you're a business owner. It's what makes things happen. It's what keeps you from being overwhelmed with stress day after day, and make sure that you can think clearly for how to keep the business growing, improving, expanding. One of the other real challenges for business owners is how to keep going when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel depressed, when you're crushed with anxiety and dread, and when you're having nightmares about problems going on in your business. These are the type of things that is real life if you're a business owner. You just really can't imagine the level of stress that you're gonna feel at time to time. It's not pretty to talk about. Often people just want to talk about the positive things about owning a business, but in reality, people just don't understand the pressure that you may face. Say that you're an individual and you're figuring out how to pay bills, or you're figuring out how to solve your own problems with this thing or that thing. It's difficult, right? For an individual, just thinking about their own problems could be overwhelming. But when you have a business, what it means is that those problems are multiplied. So say, for example, that you're not sure how to pay your own bills. That's tough. But say, on the other hand, you're a business owner and you have a dozen or 2 dozen, 3 dozen employees, then you got to think about all of them as well, because they're all relying on you. Or say that you have your own personal problems, they're hard to overcome. When you're a business, you might be dealing just with any number of problems simultaneously, with different people, with different aspects of the business, fixing technical challenges, whatever it might be. So opportunities are multiplied having a business, but so are problems. Another huge struggle for business owners is finding great employees. When it comes down to it, there's just only so much that a business owner themselves are able to do. Of course, the more effective a business owner is, the more that's going to impact leadership of the company and have an impact on company culture. Certainly, business owners could make a huge impact on the company. But no matter how talented one person is, they're just one person. And so finding great employees is a huge challenge for businesses. For me, one of the reasons why I have this YouTube channel is so people here in the Philippines and other places that may want to work with us are able to see what I'm like, what our company culture is like. There's different things that we do to really try to scout out and find great, talented people. And for a business owner, if they're not able to find those people, it could really deeply impact their business. I have to say, for me, in 14 years of having a business, the hardest time I've ever had in trying to find great employees is right this very second. I think with the pandemic, it just impacted so many things where a lot of people want to work from home, a lot of people don't want to work at all, a lot of other challenges that really make it hard to find great employees. And any business owner is going to tell you that the value and the appreciation that they have for a great employee just simply can't be measured. It could just really bring about such a joy and so much relief to a business owner when they know they have great employees that really care about them, care about the company, and of course care about their clients. Last thing that really keeps business owners up at night and struggling is just ensuring that they build long-term lasting relationships with clients. One of the things that I feel proud about with Purple Cow is we still have our first client from 14 years ago, Rich Logie, and quite a few more from 10, 12 years back. Of course, we haven't always got it right, and we've lost clients along the way. But I think that this is one of those things with business owners is that they just want to make sure that they're doing their best for those that are their clients or their customers, and they're always trying to think of ways to do their very best for them. At the end of the day, having great employees and having great clients really makes such an enormous difference for business owners. And if there are ever challenges with clients, that can make a huge impact on the employer's life and on the business itself. So, should you have a business? You should not. It's a really stupid idea. However, if you can't help yourself, but you just really have this passion to be an entrepreneur, to start your own business, then of course, you should give it a shot. Kind of feel that way about kids and so many other things in life that are just a huge responsibility. Should you move forward with it? No, you shouldn't. It's going to cause so much heartache, so much grief, so much stress. But if you can't but help yourself, but start a business or some of these other big choices in life, then of course you should go for it, because all the stress, all the anxiety, all of the depression or whatever else is caused by all the difficulties is going to be worth it in the end. As always, guys, appreciate your support. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to hit the subscribe button below. And as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and have a great day.